Hey YouTube, it's the Blind Scholar, and this is episode 2 of Black History Uncut. Please hit the like button and leave a comment down below to build engagement for my channel. And if you want to be notified when my next video drops, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon. And now, with all the housekeeping out of the way, let's discuss today's topic. Dr. James Durham is widely acknowledged as the first black physician in the United States. Born in 1762 in Philadelphia, James spent his early life as a slave, and his masters were themselves doctors. His first master, Dr. John Kearsley, taught him how to read and write as a child in Spanish and French, and also taught him the principles of pharmacy. Because of this, at the young age of 15, James had a wealth of medical knowledge from his master's teachings in medical practice, which primarily focused on compound medicine, the combining, mixing, and altering of one or more ingredients, and treating illnesses dealing with the throat. After Dr. Kearsley's death, James was sold to Dr. George West, a surgeon for the Continental Army during the Revolutionary War, who proceeded to expand young James's knowledge of medicine even further. In 1782, at the age of 21, James was sold to Dr. Robert Dow, a Scottish-born physician living in New Orleans, Louisiana. Dow continued James's medical education and training, allowing James to practice on patients of varying race, which is a first in recorded American history of a black person being allowed to work on patients of any racial background. Dow and James, despite their master-slave relationship, became genuine friends, and in 1783, James was freed, either by Dow granting him his freedom, or James bought his liberation from him and started independently practicing in New Orleans, bringing in around $3,000 annually, which today would be equivalent to about $200,000 in buying power. By 1788, age 29, James had made many influential connections because of his reputation as a prominent physician, particularly known for his treatment of diphtheria, a bacterial infection in the throat and nose, causing trouble breathing and swallowing, that potentially causes fatal heart and nerve damage due to a bacterial toxin in the blood. It's basically unheard of in developed countries today because of immunization. During this time, James met Dr. Benjamin Rush, the most prominent physician in America at the time, who urged James to return to Philadelphia to open up a practice. Durham refused and continued practicing in New Orleans. In 1789, he would save numerous patients during a yellow fever outbreak. Though originally refusing to return, James eventually went back to Pennsylvania, where in 1801 a law was passed preventing those without a medical degree from practicing medicine. In 1802, James mysteriously disappeared, so there is no record of where and how he died. Now, with some closing thoughts here. Obviously, James is dead now, but some believe because of Pennsylvania's regulations, James went to practice somewhere else in America or overseas. I personally think he got lynched or kidnapped, but that's just the cynic in me thinking right there, as it's very common for free blacks back then to be kidnapped and sold back into slavery. But anyways, I hope this video was informative and maybe entertaining. And if so, hit that like button, leave a comment, and if you want to be notified when my next video drops, subscribe and hit the bell icon. This is the Blind Scholar. See you in the next episode of Black History Uncut.